Mr. Speaker, members of the government said earlier today in the House that I had known
Michael
for 2
Chong,
years
in fact,
about the
leading
specific
things off
threat
here.
that a
Let's listen
PRC
in.
diplomat in Toronto was gathering information to target my family. That is false. I'll categorically state again for the record that the defensive briefing of 2 years ago in June of 2021 was general in nature. It did not contain any information about the specific threat that a PRC diplomat in Toronto, Mr. Wei Zhou, was targeting my family. Will the Prime Minister correct the record to stop the spread of this misinformation?
The Honourable Minister for Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, I want to assure my colleague opposite that we take the concerns that he has expressed and that have been expressed in public with regards to foreign interference and the targeting of himself and his family extremely seriously, which is why we will continue to work with him, provide him with briefings. I would also point out, Mr. Speaker, that earlier today we tabled the 2022 CSIS report, wherein it states, among other things, that CSIS provided briefings to 49 federal parliamentarians, and by working with everybody, we can protect our democratic institutions.
I want to remind the honourable members. The honourable member, well, I'm not going to say honourable member. Did he want to withdraw that, please? Do you want to withdraw that? No. Order. Order. What's his writing? Grand Prairie, Mackenzie. You do not respect the chair. The chair will not recognize you while you're in this House. The Honourable Member for Wellington Halton Hills, please continue.
Mr. Speaker, I've just been informed by the National...
Withdraw and apologize. The chair will not recognize you for the next, well, no, until you do, indefinitely. The Honourable Member for Wellington Halton Hills.
Mr. Speaker, I've just been informed by the National Security Advisor that the CSIS intelligence assessment of July 20th, 2021 was sent by CSIS to the relevant departments and to the National Security Advisor in the PCO. This report contained information that I and other MPs were being targeted by the PRC. This contradicts what the Prime Minister said yesterday. He said CSIS made the determination that it wasn't something that needed to be raised to a higher level because it wasn't a significant enough concern. Will the Prime Minister correct the record that this report and information was sent to the departments and to the Privy Council office?
The Honourable Minister of Public Service.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank my colleague for sharing that update with this chamber. I can also assure him that, as the Prime Minister said, and I said earlier this week, that we found out on Monday of this week, which is why we acted very quickly and decisively to reach out directly to the member for Wellington Halton Hills, make sure that he was offered a briefing, had that briefing happen, and we will continue to work with him to address and mitigate any concerns around foreign interference, because every member in this chamber deserves to be able to do their work in representing their constituencies in a manner that is safe and secure.
The Honourable Member for Wellington Halton Hills.
Mr. Speaker, CSIS has been advising the government, the departments, the Privy Council Office, the National Security Advisor, deputy ministers, that foreign agents in Canada, foreign diplomats in Canada are presenting a threat to Canadian MPs in this House of Commons. In fact, the 2022 intelligence report of CSIS today says that these threat actors must be held accountable for their clandestine activities. And we also will continue to inform national security stakeholders and all Canadians about foreign interference. So why is the government not listening to the advice of CSIS and not listening to the advice in the reports that are being distributed here?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, taking concrete action, and in fact, as my colleague, I hope, would know, the Minister for Global Affairs earlier today summoned the Chinese ambassador to ensure that we're clear about any consequences around hostile activities or foreign interference. And that is very much consistent with Canada's strong record in condemning this kind of behavior. Moreover, we'll continue to work with all parliamentarians to protect the people that work in this chamber so we can uphold our democracy.
The honourable member from Mégantic-Clairette. Mr. Speaker, it's a dark day for democracy. Rarely have we seen a political party fall so far so fast. A member of this House is the victim of intimidation from Beijing, and the members for Winnipeg North and Kingston and the Islands, on behalf of this government, on behalf of this Prime Minister, have continued the trend and are now conspiring against our Conservative colleague. They're spreading disinformation, and they should be ashamed. Why are they defending Beijing instead of a Canadian member of Parliament? When will the Prime Minister finally apologize for the unconscionable attitude of his political party? The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Mr. Speaker, I would like to reassure my colleague that we share the concerns of the member for Wellington-Halton Hills, and that is why we offered him a briefing. CSIS delivered that briefing. We're going to continue to offer him all the support he needs, and to all members who work in this House of Commons to protect our democratic institutions. The honourable member for Mégantic-Clairette. Disinformation, disinformation, disinformation. The member for Wellington-Halton Hills learned today that the memo from CSIS, which stated that he was clearly a victim of intimidation by a diplomat in the consulate in Toronto, had been transferred to just about everyone on the Liberal side. And they did nothing. They didn't expel any diplomat, and they continue to spread disinformation. When will they finally apologize, Mr. Speaker? They should be ashamed to even attend their convention. The Honourable Minister of Public Safety, of Foreign Affairs. Mr. Speaker, I understand the frustration, the fear on the part of our colleague, and the fact that he and his family were targeted by the Beijing government. And that is why we will always say that any form of foreign interference is unacceptable. Now, that is why my deputy minister today summoned the Chinese ambassador. And Mr. Speaker, if I may continue to speak without my colleague interrupting me, if I may continue to express myself, Mr. Speaker, what we also said, the honourable member for Saint-Jean. Mr. Speaker, a new development. According to the Prime Minister, it was CSIS that didn't inform a member of the opposition that he was being threatened by China. But Richard Fadden, former head of CSIS, demolished this excuse in the Globe and Mail. He explained that not only was the memo found by the media sent to the Prime Minister's staff, but also to Foreign Affairs and Public Safety. So, at the very least, the Prime Minister and two ministers got that memo. So why did the Prime Minister keep it a secret? The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Mr. Speaker, let's be clear. It was not until Monday this week that the Prime Minister, myself, and the government members were informed of the concerns regarding the member for Wellington-Halton Hills. And after that, we took action. We offered a briefing to the member on the other side, and we are going to continue to work together with all members in this House to protect our democratic institutions. The honourable member for Saint-Jean. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister is blaming CSIS, but he's been ignoring their warnings for years. Even before the 2019 election, CSIS warned him that a Liberal candidate was perhaps supported by China. He turned a blind eye. Then CSIS said that the same Liberal was discussing the two Michaels with Beijing. He turned a blind eye. And then in 2021, CSIS said that China was threatening an opposition member, and he turned a blind eye. He was only interested now because the info was leaked to the media. Is it worthy of a member of Five Eyes to blame his own intelligence service for his voluntary blindness? The Honourable Minister. Mr. Speaker, the government is working very closely with our allies, including G7, the Five Eyes, and that is why we created a protocol to fight disinformation, and that is why we're going to continue to work with all parliamentarians to fight foreign interference with resources. But this is not a partisan issue. This is a cross-Canada issue, and all parliamentarians need to stand in solidarity to protect our democratic institutions.
The Minister's been the